An ESPN employee said, you know what? Cleveland Browns need to sign me to play quarterback for their football team.
That's right.
RG3 on the Ones podcast that he launched this year, which has had a fantastic lineup of guests, went on a rant pretty much saying the Cleveland Browns need to sign me because I could still run a 4.3 40 and I can win a Super Bowl with them.
Yeah.
Here's RG3 talking about maybe getting back into the NFL with the dog pound in Cleveland.
The Browns should sign me as their starting quarterback, and here's why. Okay. 1, at 33 years old, I understand the game better than I ever have in my entire career. I know how to slide, and I know when to slide, and that was a huge issue in my 8 years in the NFL. But I've learned from my mistakes, and I'm ready to showcase that I can get it done. But here's the thing. Deshaun Watson went 14 for 14 in the second half against the Baltimore Ravens, and he used his legs to go out and scramble and extend plays. Of those 14 passes, there weren't really any of them that you would say were $230 million worthy passes. All they needed him to do was manage the game because of them dogs they got over there on defense, starting with Myles Garrett. Well, guess what? I didn't do that. I can go out there and manage a game for the Cleveland Browns and help them go on the Super Bowl run that they want to go on. But here's the second thing. I still run a 4.3 40, people, and I can throw the football 80 yards. I train every week like an NFL football player so I could be ready for moments just like this. So they need to hit my line. And the third thing is, for me, if Dorian Thompson-Robinson is going to be their guy and they don't bring me in to be the starter, then they should bring me in to be the backup so I can help him in the same ways that I helped Lamar Jackson. I learned 6 offenses in 8 years in the NFL. Nobody wants to talk about it, but learning a new offense has never been a problem for me. And I can help DTR with his decision-making, when to make certain plays, and truly to understand what he has to do as a quarterback with a defense like that on the other side of the football.
All right, way to go, RG3. I love that moxie.
Hell yeah.
I love that moxie. Now, these fans were saying something about the previous owner of the Washington football team before. It rhymes with truck in luck, and then the man's name, Dan Snyder. And I assume a lot of people blame him for RG3's career. We started looking up the stats and everything like that. I'm not sure RG3 has been that prolific on an NFL football field in about a decade or so. But I will say, I love the fact that he has the confidence to say, drop me back in there. I like that he's saying, I could throw a ball 80 yards. 80 yards is so far. That's Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen type thing. I also like he's saying, I'm running a 4.3 40. How the hell does he know that? I love it. I saw him race against a Seahawk or an Eagle or something like that. He beat it. With that being said, I don't know if it's necessarily the right move to come out and say, I'm the guy that they need to sign on your show while you're kind of doing your thing. If other people want to talk about it, for instance, when I retired, I'm not going to, this is not a humble brag or things like that, but 5 teams reached out to me at different times over the first 3 years of my retirement. Hey, any chance you want to stop talking into microphones and maybe come kick a ball for us? And the answer was, let me go see what I can do, and the knee gets blown out. Him coming out and saying it makes him look like a douche. I think a lot of people are saying that. Makes him look like, but I think his intent is right, AJ. I think he's saying, hey, that's a situation where if I was allowed to go in there, it would be good. But a lot of people are saying this lacks self-awareness, this lacks any type of couth, and they're saying he looks dumb. Is that how you feel, AJ? Or do you appreciate what RG3 is doing here?
I can respect his confidence and what it would take to put that video out. The thing that hangs me up every time, 4.3 40, which absolutely flying. If he is running 40, but throwing the ball
at
80
the age
yards
of 33,
as well. When you're saying you're throwing the ball 80 yards when you haven't played in how many years? I'm sure he's still slinging it. He can still throw the ball, but to throw the ball 80 yards, I mean, come on now. If you don't mind putting it out there, you get some traffic to your podcast, and I'm sure he does believes he can.
That wasn't the intention.
I'm not saying that was the intention, but that's a nice byproduct, isn't it?
It's not bad.
I think people's problem might have been
your mic's off.
Yeah, my mic's off?
There you go.
I think people's problem might have been just how matter of fact it was. If I go to the Browns, we're going to the Super Bowl. That's saying a lot about yourself and potentially why didn't you go to the Jets, because they got a good defense too. How much are the Bengals going to pay him? $75 million now to go win the Super Bowl?
But what's it going to do though? Is this going to put pressure on the Browns fan base? The Browns fan base going to put pressure on the front office and say, hey, you better sign this guy? Is that what you're trying to
do? You
get?
think so? You think Browns fans are clamoring for RG3
Was that the
to
intent?
sign
You tell
today?
us, Ty. Jeez.
No, I don't think that's the case. But, I mean, hey, crazier things have happened. That's true. Also, I did love how after this came out and everyone was saying, like, hey, RG3, easy. You know, you look like a moron doing this. He doubled down with the, you know, that meme of the guy looking back, and it was, you know, win a Super Bowl with the Browns, and then behind him, yep, TV booth. So I do like. I mean, he's got options. Why not? You know.
Does he have? I don't know if he has options.
No, I'm saying TV.
In TV, he has options.
TV.
He's on Monday Night Countdown. He's into both. He's doing a great job. And he's basically like, I'll go be backup for the Browns. It's like, RG3, you're just hitting your stride.
Yeah.
The funny puns are coming in bunches right now for you on a microphone.
Love you in the booth.
He said, I'll go be a backup if that's what you need. But I think ultimately he sees the same thing we all see. This Browns team has an opportunity.
Yeah, the Browns team, it's a good opportunity, no doubt about it. And Tony brought up the Jets. I want Robert Griffin in New England. I understand if he wants to come back and play football, he should have his pick of the litter. And if he wants to compete for a Super Bowl, absolutely. But my last memory of RG3 on a football field was him covering his over rush yard total in a parlay when the Baltimore Ravens played, I believe, on a Wednesday afternoon football. WAF, and it was electric. Now, 4.3, that would be the fastest 40 time in the history of the combine for quarterbacks because Anthony Richardson said it this year with a 4.44. I need him to go save Bill Belichick so that Bill stays the coach in New England and the Patriots can kind of move forward with RG3.
That unflappable confidence from RG3 is the reason why there's a statue at Baylor.
Bingo.
Reason why he's a Heisman winner.
Right.
Why he's so incredible on TV.
Right.
But boy, as soon as I saw that video, I thought to myself, people aren't going to like this. And they certainly didn't. But who cares, RG3? Talk your shit.
Yeah.
Amen.
Talk your shit. We don't know if any of it's real. I can still kick a ball 75 yards, too. Now, with the Browns update, because they're racist, they are working out Joe Flacco.
That's right.
Oh,
That's right.
kind of like, you know,
Whoa.
What's that?
the complex stance on things that James Madison had.
Now, Joe Flacco getting an opportunity to work out there is certainly going to be a conversation starter when RG3's thrown his name into the list and others. But remember, quick feet Flacco,
Footsteps.
footsteps Flacco, he can make the right decision. He's not going to be able to move much. He can actually throw it 70, 80 yards
Yeah,
probably
bingo.
still.
Yeah.
And he was just playing last year, I think, with the New York Jets as opposed to a couple years off. I don't know what the Browns are going to do, but that is an unfortunate situation with what happened with Deshaun Watson this late into the year when he was playing his best ball.
Well, Joe Flacco makes sense to the Cleveland Browns, don't you think? Like,
Yes.
You absolutely need a game manager, hand the ball off. Obviously, can get some big third downs. Joe can set it deep when you need to, and their defense is awesome.
Did the Browns spend all of their money in Deshaun that they can't afford better than 34F for Joe Flacco?
Jeez.
Hey,
What do you mean?
he chooses to.
He's
Yeah, he did.
frugal.
The man of the people.
Exit row.
Guy made $100 million in one playoffs.
Danucci.
Danucci.
Ben Danucci.
Danucci.
Hey, there's an idea.
Love Danucci.
Get Danucci out there. He can spin it. Everybody that plays quarterback is want to get to the Browns team because of where they are. And to RG3's point that did get lost in there, like Deshaun Watson played one good half of football this year. With the he played the best football he played the last half that he played after breaking his shoulder. With that defense, with that offensive line, with the special teams they have, all you got to do is manage the game and get through it. Now, is RG3 the right answer? Andrew Berry's going to have to decide that.
That's right.
Is Joe Flacco the right answer? Andrew Berry's going to have to figure that out. Or is DTR with an entire week of preparation going to be able to handle it? We shall see.
Yeah, I'm kind of confused because P.J. Walker and the Browns, when he started against the Colts, he scored 39 points.
Bingo.
I'm not, obviously the defense had one touchdown, but if you're scoring 32 points, wouldn't you be okay with putting P.J. Walker in the football game?
You would think that is the case.
Yeah.
It's hard to not just say, like, JMU. That's pretty gangster.
Yeah,
It is awesome.
Yeah.